Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my space, my name is Alexis and I am an aspiring author, currently working on draft 2 of my debut novel, Project Hourglass. I am currently sitting on the floor of my kitchen right now because both of my kids are in the living room. My son is watching someone play through Zelda Breath of the Wild on YouTube, and my daughter, she's almost 16 months old. She's just being a feral second child. And so I thought I would try and get this video recorded before my husband gets home for the day. He gets home early on Fridays, which is the day I'm recording this. But to do that, I had to hide away in my kitchen because I did not manage to get to this during nap time or anything like that. So here we are. But before we get started, I'm gonna crack open my energy drink so my brain can function. Strawberry Dreams Monster energy drinks are my fave. They are so good. I always joke that I'm going to have to include Monster in my acknowledgments after I publish my book because their drinks have really got me through my drafts. But anyway, so in my last video, I just gave a little bit of a writing update. I was talking about how even though my week was crazy, I was still able to get some writing done, which is really great. I'm really happy about that. We're all doing much better after our surgeries. Last night was the first night that I got to sleep through the night because my son's pain was being managed. He didn't need his pain medication around the clock, which was really awesome. And then today he's only needed to take it once. And I keep checking with him. I'm like, how's your throat feeling? How's your throat feeling? Because he had a tonsillectomy and adenoidectomy, and then he also got ear tubes. And so, I've been checking on him, obviously, and he's just been good. So today is day 8 after his surgery, and we're tracking on the healing process. So that feels really good. I feel like a brand new person having gotten rest, which I'm just so looking forward to getting back into the swing of life post surgeries. My wisdom teeth are like healed. I'm good to go. That's wonderful. My son, he's nearly healed, good to go. We're all gonna get to sleep. Soon, my son is starting first grade, so I'm gonna get back into my daytime routine. I don't know, I can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be interesting though, because last year, I was working on draft 1 of Project Hourglass, but not until November of 2024. And so when I was writing exclusively at night. But this year, when my son starts school, I would like to make more use of the day to write my novel, even though I will have my daughter, just because, I don't know, it would be nice to make some time to do other things at night. I think I'm kind of getting into this place where, one, I love to write, so that's not the problem. But on one hand, I am so tired by the end of the day that I'm just finding it difficult to get through draft 2 edits at night. It's like I can't think critically enough. And that's not entirely true, but that's how it feels. I don't feel like I'm showing up as my best self at night right now. And I mean that could change. Maybe getting a few nights of full rest will change my mind, and I'll be like, "Oh, never mind. It was just, a moment in the span that is life." But at the same time, I've just been thinking about finding more balance. And I think in my last video I was talking about how my husband, yeah, I did talk about this in my last video. My husband sat me down and was just talking about my various projects and how they're great, but how I also kind of need to make more time to just be present in the moment, which I do agree with that. And so I've just been thinking, like, what are some things I might like to do outside of my projects, outside of Studio Lex, outside of writing this novel? What is just something I can do for fun that doesn't have any measurable progress? Because that's kind of my thing. If it doesn't have measurable progress, I struggle to feel like it's worthy of my time, and that's just not right. And I think it's okay. Like, I've definitely come to terms with myself and how I am, and the fact that I really do just enjoy working toward goals, but I also enjoy things like Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing, which, if you're not familiar, those are two like super cozy video games. The new Battlefield 6 game is coming out in October. Me and my husband, my sister-in-law, and one of our friends like to play online together to do that. But if I am so in the zone on writing only at night, then that's going to make participating in those things really difficult. Or even just reading books. Technically, I am including, bookish reviews on my Instagram and TikTok. I'm planning on adding a like cozy corners section to my YouTube at some point to discuss books. But even still, even though I technically might have a goal with reading, I'm not one of those people who just has oodles and oodles of time to read. And so I don't see that as being something that I can kind of like get crazy goal oriented about. And so what I'm trying to say about the reading is I enjoy reading. Reading is a great hobby. I'd like to make more time for it. And even though, yes, I can include it in my social media and that sort of thing, it's still just fun to do. And I would like to read more books. Like I just finished Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. It was so good. If you haven't read it, it is so good. I highly recommend it. I gave it 4 stars. The only reason I didn't give it 5 is because I haven't sat down and taken the time to really figure out what a 5-star book means to me. And I'd like to do that before I just go slinging those around. But it was phenomenal, just absolutely fantastic. If you're someone who enjoys a variety of genres and you're not afraid to feel a little spooked, or you don't mind a darker setting and that sort of thing, it's really good. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm trying to again strike that balance in my life, and I'm excited to make more time for writing during the day. But we'll see how that goes. It might just explode in my face. Nothing I usually plan for seems to work out exactly the way that I envision it, and that's okay. I can adapt. I can be a flexible girly, but that is my hope and dream. So, yeah, what I was gonna do for this video is see how much writing I can get done before my husband gets home. He usually gets home between 3 and 3:30. It is currently 2:30. I am working on chapter 7 of my book, and I am trying to write a fight scene, a low stakes fight scene between Eris, my main female character, and guy Oravan. He basically they made a bet on who could win, and it's actually a major plot point for my story in the sense of like it's really going to move the plot forward if I can do this well. But I'm finding that writing it is difficult. I watched a couple YouTube videos on writing fight scenes and just, the beats that you need to have in it and that sort of thing. And it is complicated and it's so funny. I won't go on and on. But the video I watched, which I'll link it down below, a couple times throughout, it had this like dramatic saying, fight scenes are complicated. And they just are. It is really hard to write, actually. So I'm going to try and see if I can get through that before my husband gets home. And I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. So it is currently 3:01, which is the time that I anticipated my husband getting home. He actually ended up getting home 15 minutes early, but because that's not the norm, I decided to go ahead and give myself that additional 15 minutes to finish writing out this section of the duel. I was able to get 356 words written and definitely move the scene along, which was really, really nice. I was able to kind of bring the reader into Eris's mind with some inner dialogue, have her react to something that Oro said to her that's pretty major and puts her in a very vulnerable position in the story. And basically, she kind of had to make a snap decision to either like take the situation into her own hands or, you know, essentially take a risk and tempt fate. I know that's not super clear. I don't want to give too much away. This is a pretty important part of the story, but I'm feeling really good about what have written. I also took the first little part of this video to read through what I had written last night. I have a total of 1,200 words of this chapter, not including the 356 words that I wrote. You know, it was like around 900. And I'm actually really happy with how the fight scene is coming together. I'm definitely going to need to go back and polish some points up, make sure that I have all of the action beats, that, you know, I didn't accidentally skim over anything that's important to, you know, the back and forth pacing of their duel. But I was actually very pleasantly surprised. And while I was reading it, I was actually getting kind of lost in what I'd written, in the sense of like just feeling very immersed in the story, which that's always a really good sign to me that what I've written is good, which feels weird. As being the writer, it feels weird to compliment yourself. But I'm trying to do a better job of doing that, because I know that I have talent as a writer, and I'm also continuing to learn and further my education in writing in any way that I can with the resources I can use from home. And so my writing is just going to improve if I am seeking out that knowledge and information and applying it. And so, yeah, I think that I deserve to compliment my writing from time to time. But overall, I'm feeling really happy with how this kind of mini writing session went. And I'm excited to finish up this fight scene, because writing fight scenes is complicated. But I think I'm going to wrap it up there and hang out with my family, since it's Friday and my husband's home now, as you could see just now in the frame, the back of his legs. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you watched all the way to this part, thanks so much for being here. Let me know where you're at in your current writing project down in the comments below, or drop your favorite emoji. That just helps YouTube to see my content as valuable and encourages the algorithm to push it out to more people who might enjoy following my journey. But until next time, bye!